How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you my review of Transformers Rise of the Beast. And before I go any further, please rise up and give me a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Be notified of more videos like this on the road to 1,000, and I know we'll get there. So, you probably didn't expect me to review Transformers, did you? Full disclosure, I love Transformers. I'm from the G2 generation. G1 was at least 2 years before I was born, but thank God for being part of the rerun generation, because all those things reran, especially the movie. You guys know the movie, that first movie where Optimus dies. Yeah. Huge fan of Beast Wars. This is literally, that is the main selling point of this movie. It's going, you see that trailer, you see Optimus Primal, you hear that Ron Perlman voice, you see the Cheetor, you see the Air Razor, you see the Rhinox, you go, okay, I have to watch this. And full disclosure again, I enjoyed those first Bay movies, no matter how much every Transformer basically looks the same because it's all silver and black. There's some color in there, but not tons of color. Even though they're giant spectacles, like just pre-pandemic with the giant summer thriller spectacles with explosions and fights and Bumblebee, Optimus, and whatever Mark Wahlberg said he was doing. They gave him a shout out here, Marky Mark leaving and going to acting. That's funny. This movie takes place in 1994, actually, which shouldn't be surprising because the movie before this is a sequel to Bumblebee, but a prequel to that first 2007 Transformers movie. Bumblebee did really good, and guess what? Bumblebee was pretty darn good, especially by Transformer movie standard, because it made them look like Transformers. It stuck to the source material. More robots, less people. Although, Haley Steinfeld is a delight, and John Cena was delightfully funny. Which now, oh no, I just realized, judging by the ending of this movie, I know who John Cena might be doing. That's actually kind of cool now to think about it. I'll get to that in a moment, but wow. So yeah, I forget the name of the flyers, the Decepticon flyers. The Seekers. The Seekers look good because they were colorful. They looked like the actual robots from the cartoons. Bumblebee had color. It was great, and this follows up with that. So before I get into the looks, let's talk about the music. It's in 1994. We heard Hypnotized by Biggie. We heard Cream by the Wu-Tang Clan. That's actually the first song that boots up when we get shown Brooklyn, New York. So that's first song. Cash Rules Everything Around Me. That's amazing. Can't remember the other songs. Although, now here's what's funny. The original Unicron theme from the 1986 movie played in here. I missed it a little bit, but I watched all the credits and I said, that's the thing I heard when he appeared. I'll get into plot in a minute. Yes, I said Unicron, and Unicron technically was supposed to show up in I think it was Transformers The Last Night. Yeah, The Last Night. I actually hadn't seen that movie until sometime earlier this year, because it's Mark Wahlberg. I missed it. It was the sequel to the one that had the Dinobots when they were in China blowing up everything, and we won't get into that. Grimlock is one of my favorite Transformers, favorite Dinobots, but music pretty good. I gotta give it hearing Hypnotize and Wu-Tang makes me give it a 4. And then the Unicron thing, 1986, is still a 4. Because I kind of wish I would have heard like a remix of the Beast Wars theme song when the Maximals showed up. The dun 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 dun. Beast Wars. They could have done. It's Paramount. You guys could have done something, right? I still want to hear. It's Transformers and it's Beast Wars, right? Sneak in those themes, sneak in the original Transformers thing, the Transformers. You could find a way. You can find a way. Because the leading song, I believe the leading song, I pull these things up for you guys. I'm trying to remember what the name of the leading song was that was made for this, but it's I think it's performed by Nas. Yeah, Nas and Tobe Nunge featuring Jacob Banks. Yeah, no, yeah, On My Soul. It's yeah, good song played in the theater, but yeah, I needed more of that other stuff. That's one of the things that make things like Spider-Verse great. Not just because of the amazing soundtrack that was made for the movie, but you hear some of those old themes. You hear, the Spider-Man. I'm looking to hear some of that in this. So, granted, that was animation. This is an animation, but even in things like the Tom Holland trilogy, you hear orchestra versions of the stuff that you've heard before. So that's why I give it a 4 out of 5. It was a 3 because I didn't hear any of that, but then Wu-Tang, Hypnotize, the Unicron thing that brought it up to a 4. Effects, obviously, we're gonna have the 3D transforming robots in 3D, right? Obviously, the special effects really good though. Like we have come a long way from that original movie. Like we're picking up. Now I want to say we're picking up where Bumblebee fell off, but we're continuing that, going, hey, let's make something that is very tried and true from what the fans want to see. That's one of the biggest complaints. No matter how much I adored watching those movies, especially that third movie, which takes place in Chicago, the Battle of Chicago. I remember when they shut down downtown to film that stuff. But regardless of all that, no matter how much I enjoy it, I love what Bumblebee does. The movie allowed us to say, hey, people do want to see this original stuff, and the kids will want to too, and you can probably sell more toys. Hasbro. Transformers owned by Hasbro, as is Power Rangers. Funny enough, could get Power Rangers Transformers crossover one day, along with something else that I need to bring up later. But yes, the effects are great. Very colorful. That gets a 5 out of 5. Period. Looks really, really good. The plot. So here's the plot. There is a warp key. The warp key allows for interdimensional travel to worlds that have energon on it, such as Earth, such as the Maximals planet. Unicron wants that, so he eats planets. That's how he sustains himself. So he wants that key, sends his forces Scouge to get it. Bob's your uncle. Thousands and thousands of years later, the beacon is turned on by humans, by Elena, played by Dominique Fishback. She has been discussed on my channel before. Project Power, the Netflix movie with Jamie Foxx and Dominique Fishback. She's a great actress. I hope to see her in more stuff, especially more nerdy stuff. And oh man, I forget Noah's actor. I feel bad for forgetting his name. His name is, that's not his name, Anthony Ramos. I'll talk about this character in a minute. But they're both from Brooklyn. They said things. I don't want to say they set things up. He's trying to find a way to help pay for his brother who has sickle cell to get his treatments because, LOL, the healthcare system sucks and healthcare system doesn't give a damn about you. Told him I got to rant for this. Told him to go to the emergency room. He's like, they're not going to see him unless he's like knocking on death's door. And it's so realistic. I like the subtle but not so subtle undertones of no one's gonna save us, meaning black and brown people. No one's gonna save us. We got to do it ourselves. We just got to keep moving forward. You have to fight through the adversity. And I like it. Although there is another point in this movie where it says, it's okay. You're scared and you're looking out for your own, but you can't carry the world on your shoulders, and it's better to do things together. The main thing you hear this entire movie, well, you hear towards the end of this movie, till all are one. Actually, I almost forgot about this. I was given this for coming into the movie as Optimus Prime, till all are one. You know what I also discovered? Doesn't it look like another face? That kind of looks like Scouge a little bit, but maybe that's just, my eyes playing tricks on me. Also, this nice little Maximal patch. I will probably not put this on anything because I like it. I like it a lot. But I digress. That's the whole part of the movie. They gotta stop him from getting the key, from getting here. The Autobots could use to get home, possibly. It's something they never thought would happen. And that's the plot. The pacing of the movie is paced well. I don't really know. The only thing that I complain about in these movies that they did way too much in the originals, I will gladly say that. Too much people time. Now, granted, most of the people time was in the beginning. We have to make you care about these characters, right? Dominique Fishback's character, Elena, she's an intern working at the museum, but she knows her stuff more than the white lady who is over her, who takes credit whenever, she says, this is real, this is real, this is real, these are fake. She's like, oh, yes, I discovered it. No, you didn't. You make her do your laundry, which she gets a good ending, right? Discovering a temple underneath this hidden temple in Peru. She got credit for it on 60 Minutes with I forgot her name. Barbara Walters. With Barbara Walters. Good for you, Elena. Noah gets an ending too, but I'm gonna wait before I tell you his ending, because he couldn't find a job, because apparently when he was in the army his thoughts were elsewhere, and this white dude in security says, you were working for the U.S. Army. You weren't part of the team. I need someone that's part of the team. He's like, dude, my brother is sick. That's where my mind was. He wasn't trying to hear it. So it seems like a lot of people in this movie are a-holes. Even Optimus is an a-hole for a little bit, because he's like, we can't trust the humans. And Bumblebee, who's still at the broken voice box. The humor, I'm so glad to hear Optimus tell a joke, but not really laugh, saying, you can't go to that drive-in movie theater again. Just funny stuff like that. But I'm just going like, can't trust the humans because, this is their world, our fight. When in actuality, he's super guilt-ridden, especially when he thought Bumblebee died, right? Which I kind of appreciate. Man, no shade on Bumblebee, right? When he gets taken out for most of the movie, after we meet our robot pals, when he gets taken out for most of the movie, it's kind of refreshing, right? No disrespect. They want to focus on Bumblebee a lot, especially when you had like 5 other movies and his own movie. Man, I was as a kid, more of a Mirage fan, especially his different iterations throughout the generations. Everybody likes Optimus, but I like Jazz, who got killed in that first movie, played by Eddie Winslow. Coincidence? I think not. I like those characters. Then you got Grimlock. Didn't really say anything in the movies that he was there. Then you have everything from Beast Wars is my jam. I'll get to that in a minute. But pacing was fine. It was good. The third act was a third act, and it's actually my favorite part of the movie, where the Maximals and Autobots are working together. And I love that Optimus Prime says Maximals is Autobots roll out. He says Rhinox Cheetor maximize. Kind of wish they would have said it themselves, especially in the funny voice that they did in the show, like Cheetor maximize. Ooh, that would have been fun. That would have been fun for me. Now, as I have almost seamlessly switched into the nerdy stuff, let's talk about some of this nerdy stuff here. There are only 4 Maximals: Air Razor, Optimus Primal, Cheetor, have to have Cheetor, and Rhinox. Gotta have the Rhinox. Bro, if you've watched Beast Wars like I have, and I loved Beast Machines too, by the way. Everybody hates Beast Machines. I love Beast Machines. If you've watched Transformers Beast Wars, you know that there are immediately 3 other names missing from here. At least 2. Where's Rat Trap? Don't care that he's a rat. You had a massive cheetah and you had a massive gorilla. You can have a giant ass rat, and that could have been Another joke from the people from New York, like, man, I thought Brooklyn rats were bad. Hey, we're Brooklynites. And then there's no Tigatron. You had Airazor without Tigatron, he becomes Tigerhawk later on in the series when they get the fusion. I'll excuse Silverbolt because he's a fusion of a wolf and not a peregrine falcon, because that's Airazor. He's a wolf and an eagle, a golden eagle, wolf and a golden eagle. I'll excuse Depth Charge because Depth Charge could probably stand his own movie. I can accept Black Arachnia because she has to be bad and become good, right? Then you have 2 lady robots. We'll get into the Autobots in a minute. But you have 2 lady robots, and that will be fun and cool. But fine. Taking away Black Arachnia, Rap Trap, Tigatron. Where's Dinobot? The Vegeta of Transformers Beast Wars. Why is there no Dinobot? I get it. You had the Dinobots. Could have been Dinobot showing up going, yeah, I've been chilling here the whole time too. Come on, guys. Just, would have been cool seeing a giant Velociraptor attack those stupid Predacon drone things, man. That was, and Scorponok was one of my favorites, especially when in Beast Wars, one of my favorites. The original Scorponok, very blocky, but Beast Wars Scorponok was amazing. I liked seeing the Scorponoks that were in here, but man, just 4 Maximals. And then, by the way, this is spoilers if you didn't read the title. Airazor gets corrupted by Scouge, who's working on behalf of Unicron, and she basically has to be killed. Optimus Prime gives her the freaking bear hug of doom, and she has to be taken out. Played by Michelle Yeoh, by the way. Did a great job. I enjoyed it. She also breathed fire, which will explain why some ancient civilizations in the Sudan thought that she was Horus, maybe? Pardon me. Let's talk about the Autobots. So we have Optimus Prime. Duh. By the way, Optimus Primal even tells Optimus that I was named after you. He's kind of upset to see that the real Optimus is a little bit of a D-bag. He's being kind of mean, but Airazor explained it. Hey, he feels like he failed his people. If you were in his position, you would do the same thing. So yes, I enjoy the conversation between the robot characters. Oh, that's amazing. And it's not some contrived speech all the time. It is legitimate. See how he feels. This is how we feel. This is why I don't trust the humans. You know what, human? I do trust you. But yeah, then we have RC, who is a mainstay of Transformers G1. I mean, come on, RC. And guess what? If you're asking why they're female robots, who gives a damn? Right? Who cares? Who cares how any of that shit works on Cybertron? She should have been there from the beginning. Matter of fact, RC did show up in those in those Bay movies. She had one little wheel and just the art direction for that. But we had the real RC here. Then there is, of course, Bumblebee, and we have Mirage, played by Pete Davidson. Look, man, I love Mirage. Pete Davidson's okay, I guess. Why was Pete Davidson playing Mirage? I guess he had to be funny. But man, Pete Davidson would have made sense to play Hot Rod, right? Since Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast is kind of a soft-ish reboot, because you can just change anything that happened going forward, like into the 90s. Screw 2007. Don't even get to 2007. Take these movies all the way up until 2005, 2006 in the timeline, and just forget everything else. But man, yeah, he was good. He did his job. Pete, you did all right, Pete. As if Pete Davidson's gonna watch this video. Who else? And there's Wheeljack, who has a Peruvian accent, and we get kind of like a racism kind of joke there. That I get it, I got it. It fell flat for me, but Wheeljack was kind of cooler. Like, I expected Wheeljack to die, because a lot of times Wheeljack does die, especially in Transformers Prime. That is on Netflix. You should watch that. I expected him to die, but he didn't. So it's whatever. It's whatever. But those are our people. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 with Wheeljack, 6 if you include Stratosphere, the plane that gets them from New York to Peru. Plane did not fight at all. Bumblebee gets taken out. Energon gets charged based on the big battle that brings him back to life. And then you have Scouge. Let's not even talk about Scouge. Where are we at? Scouge. I'm trying to remember these other bad guy bots. I feel bad. I know it's Scouge, and then there's like Night Razor thing lady. She's literally a ninja robot, which it's pretty cool when you say it out loud. But Nightbird. Then there's Nightbird, and then there's I can't remember the other one. I think it's called Muddy Thing or something. Battle Trap. There it is. Battle Trap. Apparently, was John DiMaggio, who plays Stratosphere, Jade the dog. Apparently he played a Decepticon that was a city bus, but they took that part out because apparently it was a bit dark. But these are our Transformers. I'm okay with the level of Autobots because we've seen tons of Autobots. You could have done 5 and 5. I mean, especially if you're going to kill Air Razor. Like, man, you could have gave us 6 and she could have died. And apparently there was another ape on the Maximals planet, Ape Link, who looks like Optimus Primal, who got killed fast. And even Scouge makes a joke. He's like, "Didn't I kill you before?" Yeah, no, I'm about to get you. Optimus is so cold in this. And what Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen, man, such a great talent. Legendary. But Optimus says some of the coldest things throughout all the Transformers. Like his retort to Megatron, where Megatron's like, "Where would you be without me? It's time to find out." He tells Scouge, "I will kill you. By the end of all of this, you will be done in by me." And Unicron's like, "Prime, I can give you everything you want. Then die. You can die then. I don't care." Or, "I've had enough of you." He pushes Scouge's face into lava after cutting off his limbs and just rips, Mortal Kombat style, rips that head from the spine. He is done. Scouge, by the by, he's a hunter, right? So a blinking you miss it moment when he takes the Maximal symbol off of Ape Link, you see he has Autobot symbol, Decepticon symbol, Predacon, Terracons, Decepticons, all as like trophy badges. So I thought that was very interesting. It was very cute. I wish we could see more of those characters, but yeah. And it's not implied, but it's more or less said by Unicron. Hey, Unicron took his planet and he served Unicron because Unicron gives him part of his power. Even Optimus, who has the giant axe during their first fight, is saying, "Why is he stronger than me? That makes no sense." "Yeah, I like looking down on you because I'm strong." Dude, you get your power from giant planet dark god thing who can beat him up across the stars. So that's how strong Unicron is. The original Unicron being played by Leonard Nimoy in the 1986 movie. May he rest in peace. And let's talk about one of the just, there's some callbacks if you're a fan. So Elena, Dominique Fishback's character, asked Optimus Primal because she went through digging in the books. The statue of Air Razor had a piece of the fragment in it. They see, she's seen them on cave drawings. She says, "So the Nazca lines and all these other things, that was you?" He's like, "No, I'm not going to take away human ingenuity. Humans did a lot of that." It's a callback to Jonathan Turturro's character in the original Transformers movies, the 2007 and the other ones, who said, "Oh, they've been around for eons and centuries, the Nazca lines, all that stuff." No, they didn't do it. That was humans. It's just they were there to watch it. I mentioned the emblems. So the ending of this movie, not even the end credit, which is funny because the end credit, one of the human parts, I'm going to tell you the human parts. One of the human parts is Mirage is taking shots instead of letting Noah get hit. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm not dead yet, but hey, you're in the driver's seat." So he becomes an Iron Man suit over this guy. Granted, Noah used to be in the army, so that I can explain why he's able to fight then. But essentially, he becomes a mini-con. Why don't you just bring up mini-cons? Just bring them out. Not like the weird, sexy robot girl from the third movie before the Battle of Chicago. Not that thing. But was it the second or third movie? I want to say it was the second movie, actually. But just, you don't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. But when Noah's going in for another interview, after all is said and done, a guy talks to him, and Noah's just like, well, I did some work in South America. And the guy's like, yeah, you were in Peru. Wait, how'd you know all this? The guy's part of a secret government agency saying, look, we want you and your friends to actually join the fold. The giant robot guys. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Good answer. But as thank you for Noah helping save the world, his brother's health bills are taken care of for the rest of his life. You don't have to worry about nothing. That's great. Guy gave him a card. He's like, I'd like you to reconsider. Opens up a secret compartment. Looks at the back of the card and it says G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe and Transformers in the same universe. Confirmed. I don't care if you reboot all that shit. I'm cursing on this one. All this shit from those other G.I. Joe movies with The Rock, and I enjoyed watching those. The best part is what's the guy called? Snake Eyes. Did not watch the Snake Eyes movie because Snake Eyes should not talk. And Snake Eyes is not Japanese. Snake Eyes is a white dude. That explains why Storm Shadow hates him. I'm very firm when it comes to G.I. Joe mythos because you know what? There's some things they stick to. Period. You just got to stick to it. But I won't even get into that. But G.I. Joe's in this universe. It makes sense for Noah to join them. I hope he does join them. Become G.I. Joe, a true American hero. That's kind of cool. And it's funny because the guy in here, when they talk about the war, they kind of give away the ending, but you wouldn't know. Really good editing when it comes to those when it comes to them making those trailers. Another cool thing, Mirage can turn into anything. The agreement he made is, you help us get home, you can sell me. He became any car, and then you get the money, then I leave. That was interesting. He turned to a garbage truck. That's okay. Trying to see if there's anything else I missed. I don't think I did. I do appreciate that somewhere in the movie, Optimus was able to convince Noah to not destroy the key, because he said, no, we gotta destroy it because that Unicron thing, right? And of course, Elena's like, well, we gotta help him. And he listened, and I can appreciate that at least before the big battle, they all came together and said, you know what? You and I are trying to do the same thing. Let's work together. I've worked against the saying from my planet till all are one for too long. Let's do this. And they do this. They do this. I'm trying to think if there's any other parts that were worth saying, or at least worth not forgetting. We get a Bowser reference. Noah's kid brother can't beat Bowser. He mostly plays video games. It's hard for him to do school stuff because sickle cell and his hands hurt and everything. His nickname, his brother's call name is Sonic. Little brother's is Tails. They call Mirage Knuckles. He rebuilds Knuckles in a mid-credit scene. I say Knuckles. He rebuilds Mirage in a mid-credit scene. The whole reason why he even got with the Porsche, trying to steal it, because he became desperate. And it's funny because you called it when they were going to get the two human characters together. I do have to say that they were trying to force a romance here when he was checking on Elena, like, huh, look at me, are you okay? Like, you kind of only known her for maybe 24 to 36 hours. That seems a bit close. After the battle's done, when she leans against him, that was organic. That other part, I don't know what that was about. That fell very flat with me. Some of the jokes were hit or miss. Some of them. I don't like when they just have characters just say shit just to say it. Such as, she's really good at what she does. Wrote down whatever the code needed to be to turn off the warp key thing. And when she's reaching for her backpack after somehow killing one of the little mini bad guys, she says a thing like, "I'm never leaving New York. I don't need that. Just have her grab it. She didn't have to say anything." That's one of the Transformer isms from Michael Bay's movies. Everybody don't need to be saying something. You can just do a thing and keep moving. That's just me. I did find some of the stuff that Optimus was saying about Surge. He says, "I'm gonna take Surge's key and then I'm gonna take his head." He did take his head. If you look at all of the Transformer movies, Optimus Prime is a savage. He is a savage. He will murder, and he does not hesitate to murder. Yeah. Yeah, everything's pretty decent. You know what? I kind of like them fight before they got to the ending. You know, when they were fighting on the hill trying to, follow the humans underground before they run into the Maximals. And the Maximal standoff was pretty dang cool as well. That whole entire standoff was actually pretty good too, especially when Cheeto was telling Mirage, "Sorry for scaring you, bruh." That was funny. I appreciated that. The transformation sequence, they look just like they do in the show. But fair part. Yep. There's really nothing else to explain. I'm surprised I even went 30 minutes talking about this 2-hour movie. Still 2 hours. These movies are still 2 hours, but you know what? It's okay. We're going in a good direction. There's supposed to be this movie is supposed to be the beginning of a 3-movie thing with these movies, and I hope that we get more Maximals. I hope we get like T-Rex Megatron maybe. I hope that at the third of this movie we not only get a Dinobot, we get the Dinobot from Transformers, that we just get everybody working together to fight whatever. We still have the Headmasters, we still have Quintessence, we still have other bad guy stuff to fight outside of Unicron and Megatron. So, maybe we'll take a step further. Maybe this third movie will show how Megatron was dormant for so long with those first movies before. No, he wasn't dormant. He was dormant in the second Transformer movie. Ignore what I just said. But all in all, I enjoyed myself. I still had those little nitpicks. I will say the human conversations have gotten way better. They sound natural. They don't sound weird. They don't sound forced. They're not trying to tell a joke every 15 minutes. One of the nicest parts is when Noah is trying to get Elena to be calm. She's never been on a plane before. She's never been outside of New York before. So he's trying to talk to her to get her to calm down. Which, she talks about her dad, and we see why she is the way she is. Okay, a lot of exposition, but that's what you get from these movies. What would I rate this? I have to give this solid 3.5. It is above average in terms of the Transformers franchise, period. It's way easier to follow. Not jarring, not tons of Optimus and Bumblebee screams. No, but you're able to follow it. You're able to understand it. Go for a matinee. This shouldn't be like your late night thing. Go for a matinee. The most I could give this is a 4. That's a very low 4, but 3.5 is my initial thing because it's higher than the regular Transformers movies. But it's a summer movie, summer blockbuster movie. Again, guilty pleasure for me. Might be worth you seeing it 2 o'clock, noon, 3 o'clock, maybe. I enjoyed it. Just what brings it down is just the typical human elements. Me wishing there was a little bit more love in it. The director for this movie directed Creed 2, so he did a decent job. Movie's not horrible. It's just not spectacular, amazing, blah, 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 blah. It's not Spider-Man. It's not Guardians 3. It's none of those things. but it is enjoyable. So I give it a 4, low 4, 3.5. Not a must see. It's not on that scale. It's a check this out. Yeah, I'm adding new levels to this. The must sees and then the check it out. Don't watch it all. This is a check it out. Check it out in your own time. But please, if you've seen this movie already, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you a fan of Transformers Generation 1? Are you fans of the Transformers anime? You remember that? The Cybertron Armada? Are you fans of the stuff on Netflix, which I have not seen yet, and I promise you I'm going to watch those soon. Do you like Beast Wars? Are you a fan of Beast? Who is your favorite Transformer? If you made it this far, leave it down in the comment section down below. Please. Don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos like this. I deeply appreciate every last one of you. Even you, person that doesn't even care for Transformers, thank you for sticking around, all right? Be good, be blessed. Wash those hands. Be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. And just, stay safe out there, all right? Remember, there's someone who cares about you and rather talk to you today than miss you and mourn you tomorrow. And with that, guys, I am Shane, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and roll out.